Andy Novelo, a basketball player at El Capitan High School, is fighting for his life after suffering a cardiac episode. Now, we spoke with his varsity basketball coach about his incident and his ongoing recovery. Take a look.
Went to the side, started laying down, stretching again. We continued to think it was his knee. Then he went into the foyer area by the bathrooms. My assistant coach came over and asked me if he should go check on him, and I said absolutely. Went there, and 30 seconds later, my assistant coach was yelling that he's down and he needs help. What was found out is that he was born with WPW, which was not known until he found out at the hospital.
And what exactly is that?
Wolff disease. It pretty much causes your heart to beat at a rapid rate when you are doing exercise. It's just something that he's never complained to us about, so it was something that we weren't aware of, but it is treatable, and he will be going into heart surgery on Tuesday.
And we do have a link to the family's GoFundMe page to help him out. There it is right there on your screen. You can find that at KUSI.com and click the Scene On tab. And joining us to talk about the importance of screening our children for possible heart conditions is the co-founder of the Eric Paredes Save a Life Foundation, Rhina Paredes-Greeson. Rhina, thank you for joining us. I had this interview yesterday, and as soon as I started talking to him, I immediately thought of you and this foundation.
Thank you.
And we got on the phone right away, and we found out that, yes, this condition would not necessarily be tested for in a routine screening, but that's where the Eric Paredes Foundation comes in, right? And you're familiar with this.
Absolutely. So EKGs, heart screenings, are not part of the pre-participation sports physicals or well checkups. So there's no way that they would have found out that Andy had Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome through just a regular checkup. So this is why the Eric Paredes Save a Life Foundation has a commitment to the community to do heart screening so that we can detect all those kids that have no idea that they have these cardiac abnormalities. We find Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, or WPW, in our screenings many times.
Really? And what is the difference between a typical screening you might get at a doctor's office and the ones that you guys conduct for free? And we're going to talk about an opportunity for to get our youth screened.
That's a great question, because a lot of parents think that my child had a physical, he's fine, he shouldn't come to the heart screening. But what happens in a regular physical is that the doctor is going to listen to the heart and check for abnormalities that way. And I know that the stethoscope is very useful. It's been around many, many years. But the things that cause sudden cardiac arrest, they need to be seen. They need to be seen through an EKG because it measures the electrical rhythm of the heart, which is what causes WPW, for example. So those things need to be seen and not heard. And that's why it's important to come to one of our heart screenings, because we do the EKGs, which are not part of the pre-participation sports physicals or well checkups. So we do an EKG, we have a meeting with a cardiologist, and if the cardiologists think that there's something abnormal, we can do also a limited echocardiogram, which sees the structure of the heart.
And you do these free of charge?
It's free of charge. For the community. We love our corporate sponsors, our personal, individual sponsors, so that we can continue doing all these heart screenings that we do for free. We've done about 75 heart screenings in almost 15 years, and we have screened about 42,000 kids in the San Diego community. And we have found about 600 kids with different cardiac abnormalities, but about 290 kids we have found with abnormalities that can cause sudden cardiac arrest, like Andy's.
And Andy Novelo, he's an athlete. He's 6'7", he's a big basketball player. But this isn't just for student athletes, for adolescent athletes. This is for anybody.
For anybody. Anybody, a reader, somebody that plays in the band, any kid, a kid that doesn't do anything, they can come and get screened. It's for anybody ages 12 to 25. Again, it's a free service to the community. I tell parents that just because your child looks healthy from the outside doesn't mean that they're heart healthy. Like my son Eric, who was a two-sport athlete and a great kid, one day collapsed on our kitchen floor, and unfortunately nobody was home to perform CPR or use an AED, and Eric passed away about 15 years ago.
We've got a screening to tell everybody about coming up on December 8th. Talk to us about that.
Yes. I urge every parent to come and get their son or daughter screened. It's free again. It's December 8th, Sunday, December 8th at Miramar College. Again, age 12 to 25. You can go on our website, epsavealife.org, and sign up your child for a good time to come and get them screened.
You just gave the website. Give that again. I want to make sure.
epsavealife.org. And one more thing that I wanted to add, that we at our screenings also teach an overview of CPR and the use of an AED, which is what helped Andy when he had his sudden cardiac arrest event. CPR is a bridge to life until the AED gets there, but that's really what saved him. Everybody needs to know and learn how to do CPR.
Yes. epsavealife.org. Okay, and we've got a link to that on our website at KUSI.com. Rhina, thank you so much for getting up early and coming in. I know this is so important to you.
Absolutely.
And it's such a great service that you provide to the community.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.